Hi, I'm back with a new tutorial which is going to be quite interesting, and this is LVM. Regarding the LVM, already we have once done the graphical creation of LVM. Now we are going to look into the command line, and the use of the LVM is if you need to extend the space of our data. If the data is filled and the hard drive was filled, there is no space, we need to extend the space, so we need to be configured with the LVM. So if we add any hard disk, we can expand the spaces. So for that purpose we can use the LVM very easily, and it's very flexible one, logical volume management. And if there is a 100 GB hard disk, we are going to call it as a PV, physical volume. From the physical volume 100 GB, it will be divided into 256 PE, that one is VG, the volume group. Here you can see a picture I have drawn for you. This picture says that if there is a hard disk, there is only 3 GB of space in my hard disk, so what I have mentioned the 3 GB there. This is the hard disk, that is a physical volume, and it has been divided into several PE, that is 1 VG, there is a one volume group is there, and that volume group will be divided into several PE. We can divide the volume group into 256, we can divide it into 256 PE. Okay, from the PE we have taken some of the PE. If there is I have divided the volume group into 100 PE, and from that 50 PE I had took for volume 1, logical volume 1, and 50 PE for logical volume 2. And the PE size will be from 1 PE size will be from 8 KB to 1 GB, maximum 1 GB, from minimum 8 KB to 1 GB. Maybe this PV can apply, and the default PE size was 4 MB. Okay, the volume group, this volume group will be divided into PE and given to the LV. So if I have, there is 100 GB hard disk, and there is only one volume group, and that this one is the only one volume group. This volume group will be divided into 256 PE, and 256 PE will be divided into 2 and given to LVM 1 and LVM 2. That's it. Okay, then we can go to configure, and there are two commands. The commands, actually there is a lot of commands to create, but to main part of the creation we need to drive a partition for that. So for that we use the fdisk command, and to after fdisk creation we need to restart the PC, and after that we will start to create the volume group PV, physical volume, and inside the physical volume we are going to create a volume group, and inside the volume group we are going to create the logical volume. Okay, so here we go. Now I'll show my partitions. Fdisk -L, that is the, you can see the partition. VDA1 is the boot partition, and VDA2 is the logical volume. I have created the LVM in there, so that's 13 GB, 15 GB, it's a logical volume. Inside the logical volume I have created logical volume 1 and logical volume 0. The logical volume 0 is the swap partition, and logical volume 1 is the root partition. Okay, if you want to view that, we can use the command pv display or pvs. PV display will describe the drive little bit with more information, and PVS will be just less information. In one single partition, its divided PE size was 8 PV. A single PE consists of 8 MB. display. And if you want to view the volume group, there is a simple command VGS. It will display the volume group. For detailed VG display, it will display with detailed version. Detailed information will be displayed. Okay, in this volume group they have totally used 1874 PE. For viewing the logical volume, use the symbol short term. For the less information, you want to use the LVS, and if you want to display the more information, you have to use LV display. It will individually display the information about both the partition which have we created inside the volume group. One is 2 GB, just one is 2 GB of logical volume size is the swap file I have created here, and this one is root, that one is 12.6 GB. Okay, now I am going to create one of the newest partition here. I'm going to add one partition from the F disk and going to be use it as a LVM. Let me see. As I have said, there is only I have created only one partition. One is the partition, primary partition is one primary partition is boot, and another is I have used to extend. So I am going to create one more partition with primary. Okay, for that fdisk -cu dev vda and new partition, and going to create a primary because already that I have created 2 primary and we can create more 2 primary. So I am going to create a primary and the volume number is 3 and just asking the size. I am going to use the full size, so I don't want to mention the size there. Just press enter. Then the type of the volume was going to be changed to, for the third partition I created, I want to use that as a LVM. So if you don't know the code, just see here 8E is the LVM. Type the 8E and press enter and write and exit to take effect. fdisk -L. It will display the partitions informations. As I have not restarted the PC, it don't take the effect to display the information. So now I am going to restart the PC and I will be back. It's already rebooted, and this topic we are going to currently we are seeing is manage flexible storage with the logical volume manager, and I have created a partition. Now we are going to create the logical volume. First of all, we need to define the physical volume. Inside the physical volume we need to create a volume group. Inside the volume group we are going to create a logical volume. Okay, step by step we can see that. Here first we want to create a physical volume. For creating a physical volume, use the command pv create, and the hard disk I have just defined is VDA3 and press enter. Physical volume dev VDA3 successfully created. And if you want to see whether it is created or not, just give the command pvs. Both the pvs are displaying. Already we are using in the physical operating system, and now I am on creating one. So if you want to display only for the newly created one, we have to use the command pvs dev vda3. It will display only the information about this. Okay, and it's showing the perfect one, 5.6 GB free space, because the hard disk is 20 GB and I have already used the root and swap as 15 GB. Okay, Now we are going to create a volume group. So volume group will be vg create is a command to create the volume group, and I am going to give a name for the volume group is databases data store. Let me give data store dev vda3. okay, the volume group also have created. If you want to display the volume group, use the command vgs dev vda3. oh sorry, the command is wrong. The VGA data store, you have to use the command as data store. Both the VG data store, yeah, data store. Oops, let me check. The VGS is the symbol command, and the VG display data store is the informatic command. VG display, the command VG display is the right one. It will give the informatic command, and then we need to create the VG. I have created the VG, but I have, one thing. If I display the VG, there we can see the data store has been created by P size is 4 MB. If I need to create it using 8 MB, I need to add some command more. Now I am going to remove the VG volume group. Okay, VG remove, data store. Oh, there is some error because what I did is, while creating, I have used a capital letter and it's not getting removed. Now it's removed. We need to use the small letter. It's better in Linux and it's case sensitive. Now I am going to create a volume group. VG create, the P size want to be 8 MB, so I am going to create it using 8 MB, and the name for the volume group is data store /dev vda3. it has been created, and VG display data store, it will display the information about P size, how much 8 MB has been created. Okay, and inside the VG volume group we are going to create the logical volume. So the size of the VG is 5 GB, and so I am going to use half of the VG into logical volume. Let me see. Here I am going to create the logical volume. LV create, and minus capital L is the size with the MB size. If I replace the small l, it will use the PE size. So here I am going to use the MB size, that I am going to use 2560 MB, that means 2.5 GB, and the name of the logical volume is songs, and going to use the group is data store. Logical volume songs created. If you want to see, you can see songs data store. It has been shown the 2.550 GB created, and one more option we can use to create photos, okay, as a one more partition. And if we see LVS songs, instead of songs it's photos, it's two created under the one volume group, okay. Now if we used to see VGS, you can see the data store VGS, okay. And LVS, there are many LVS. I have created songs and photos under the data store volume group, okay. That's how we have added the logical volumes. And now we are going to format the partition. It's not mounted under any folder, so I'm here going to create one of the folder in root. It's just I want to create as LVM1, make directory LVM1 and LVM2. The folders 2 has been created, LVM1 and LVM2, okay. Come back to the mounting point and I am going to create the file system now. And mkfs.ext4 file system I am going to format, and using the dev data store /songs, could not start date, yeah, you see data store, and inside the data store there is songs, and I am writing superproc file system. The file has been written, okay. mkfs2 extend 4, and you can see here, okay, a node a table has been written, general has been done. And then the same method I'm going to, for instead of songs I'm going to use format the photos. That too has been formatted. Now I am going to mount the file system under. I have created the data store songs, want to be mounted under LVM1, okay, and photos want to be mounted under LVM2. Let me see that has been mounted or not. cd LVM1 lost plus found this folder. If this folder has been in any drive, that's formatted and freshly created partition. And let me see the LVM2, yeah, it's to work perfect. And now we can use, if you want to see the mount points I have created, you can see here data store songs 2.5 GB has been mounted to LVM1, and data store photos has been mounted to LVM2, okay. Now if you see here PVS, there are two PVs. First one is the basic system. I have operating system, this install I have installed in this one, so this one is now we have additionally added, okay. If we need to remove the partitions, just we want to do the revise what I have done. First of all we need to unmount the partition and remove the logical volume, and then after that remove the volume group, and after that we want to remove the physical volume, okay. Later we can see that. Now I am going to show how to extend the partition. There is a command called lv extend, okay, because there is no space in this partition, there is only 5 GB space, and I have created 2.5 and 2.5. so Now I am going to delete one of the logical volume. So see how I am going to remove the logical volume. For that, first we need to unmount. You mount the div LVM1. Better we can remove the LVM2. Okay, it's unmounted. If you want to confirm, df minus h, here you see it's unmounted. After that, just use a command to remove it. Command lv remove, and partition is inside the data store. There's a photos, yes, logical volume songs. Want to remove the logical volume photos, yes, remove. Then see lvs slash data store. There is only one songs, am I right? So now we are going to create it. Now the space is there, so we can extend the, already I have created the songs is there, and we are going to extend the songs to a little bit larger. Okay, for that use the command lv extend minus l, and more I am going to add 2 plus 2. And important information is we don't need to unmount the partition of songs while I am going to extend. If you are going to reduce the volume, we need to unmount, but while you are going to extend the volume, we don't want to unmount it. So okay, lv extend minus l and 2c 2500 mp, and it have used under the data store and added to the songs. Okay, rounding up size to full physical extent. New size not larger than the size. Okay, I forgot to use the plus symbol. So extending logical volume songs to 4.50 GB. Logical volume song successfully resized, and LVS, see here, it has been extended to 4.50 GB from 2.50. 2 GB I have added now. The 2 GB I have added now. Okay, and after that we need to run the command resize. It's very important to use this command, resize to fs2 and data store and songs. This need to be resized. Okay, df minus h, it has been resized. Okay, that's it for the extending the logical volume. To reduce the volume, we must want to be unmount. First unmount the partition. So here I am going to unmount the LVM2 1, and there is, I don't think so whether LVM2 has been already mounted. Yeah, then it's unmounted, and we need to run the command e2fsk e2fsk. If you want to check the file system, dev data store and songs. Okay, it's the 5 steps want to be successful. If it's not pass, we don't want to reduce it. It may be end with some of the mess up. Okay, Now I'm going to reduce some of the MB to from 4.50 to 2 GB. Okay, resize to FS dev, and data store and songs going to be reduced to 2048 GB or MB will be reduced. The file system order has been now 52,524,000 something. Okay, and LV reduce minus capital L minus 2048 MB. It want to be reduced to data store songs. Do you really want to reduce? Yes, reduce it. Logical volume songs successfully reduced. Reducing logical volume songs to 2.50 GB. Okay, and then too you want to run the command resize to FS and dev data store and songs. This command want to be run after reducing the size of the LVM to get back the empty space using without any issue. Okay, then mount it dev data store songs to the LVM1. There we see df minus h, and it's 2.5 GB. Okay, from 5 GB 4.5 GB it have been reduced and 2.5 GB. Okay, LBS to know the information. See here 2.5 GB. That's it. This is the way to reduce the LVM in command line. First of all, we have created the you have to look here, fdisk minus L. In this I have created a Linux LVM and created one data store, and inside the data store volume group I have created songs and photos and deleted the photos. Now the data store was reduced from 4.5 to 2.5 GB, and the mount point was here. You can see, if you want to delete everything and as before, if you want to revise it, and I am going to delete one by one now. Okay, first of all, that we want to unmount the data center song, that want to be unmount from LVM1. After unmounting it, I am going to LV remove. Okay, LV remove / data store. Inside the data store there is a songs. Remove it. Yes, I want to remove logical volume songs removed successfully, and then I am going to remove the VG. Okay, volume group data store. It's been removed, and PV remove. It will remove the PV. It's wiped. Okay, if you see the mounting point, it won't show fdisk minus L. Everything has been deleted, and only here the base systems information only here. Okay, this is swap of this machine, and this is the root of this machine. That's it. And I have created the fdisk too. In the fdisk DVDA, and I need to delete the partition which I have derived. the fourth partition, no, the third partition, delete third and right, and you have this. That's it. Just I want to reboot to take effect. I can see later in other tutorial. Bye.